everyone, welcome back. I know this is so long overdue. I just finally got all of my products together. So today we are going to do a full face of first impressions of only drugstore makeup. I know I haven't been doing my channel too long, but it's been about 3 months or so, and I haven't really touched much into drugstore makeup. So that is one of my New Year's resolutions, that I really need to keep it intertwined. We need to have high-end makeup, but we also need to touch on affordable makeup and just keep everything in a good mixture. So today, that's what we're gonna do. I finally collected a full face of drugstore makeup. These are products I have never used before. So before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we will get started. I just ate lunch and my lips are really dehydrated now, so I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Ride or Die lip balm in Mighty Mint, sorry, just to get started while we do the face and the eyes. If I mention a product, sorry, I'm trying to get the thing off, but if I mention a product that you have used and you love or you dislike, I would love to hear your thoughts about the product. Just leave a comment below. Why can't I open this? Whose idea was it to put some tiny tab on it? So this is like a thick lip balm. It's like heavy duty. I mean, it's nice so far. I like the mint. I did not pick up an eyeshadow primer, so today we're just gonna forego that part. But I did pick up 4 eyeshadow items. I picked up 2 of these No Budge eyeshadow sticks from e.l.f. This one's in Blue Steel, and this one is in Champagne Crystal. And I also picked up the Bitesize eyeshadow from e.l.f. This one is in Cream and Sugar. And I also picked up this Brilliant Eyes from Loreal. I think it's just like a cream liquid eyeshadow, but it was on sale and it looks really pretty. I think I'm going to start in my Bitesize, and we're gonna go into this lightest shade here. I am just going to put that into my crease and blend it up. So far, this color is actually really nice. It's not a super dark color, but I noticed the more I pack it on to bring the color out, it is covering up my blue veins, so that's nice. Next, I'm gonna go into the darkest brown in this little palette. I think I'm actually just gonna use the same brush. We're gonna just deepen up our crease a bit. And I didn't dip super hard into this shade because I don't really want like a deep brown crease, but I just want a little bit of definition. And I think I'm actually gonna put a little bit of that on the outer corner here as well. This is blending out like a dream. This is really nice. You just need like a quick makeup look, just the mattes in this little bite-sized palette. This is awesome. I'm happily shocked about it. Next, I am going to use my finger and we're going to go into the lighter shimmer shade. Gosh, that's creamy too. My goodness, e.l.f. is blowing me away right now. I'm literally blown away by this little palette. The lighter shade comes off a bit more silver than I thought it would, but I mean, it's still beautiful. I'm going to grab a flat shader brush and just get it all the way into the inner corner. And yes, it works very well with the brush too. I'm also going to go into this deeper shimmer, and I'm going to kind of blend that on the center into the deeper matte shade we used. I'm going to take the other side of my flat brush and dip into the darker shimmer and just kind of blend it a little bit better in the crease and on the outskirts. And I am going to go back into this deep brown shade, just a little bit, and just go around and blend the shimmer to matte ratio here in the crease. I'm blown away by this little palette. If you need a quick eyeshadow palette, and you're near Walmart or Walgreens or Target or CVS or whatever you're nearby, this will give you a beautiful look. And I know there's quite a few different other little palettes. This is just the cream and sugar one, but this is phenomenal. I am highly impressed. I'm not quite done with the eyes though. I do want to use this Champagne Crystal stick, and I just kind of want to see what it will do on the brow bone-ish. That's actually really pretty. I'm just going to use a smaller brush and just kind of blend that a little bit. But I mean, that's really pretty. It's a nice shimmer too. This is a bit more glittery, where the eyeshadow palette is a bit more metallic. But I mean, if you were in a hurry, you grabbed one of these and just put it all over your lid, this would be really pretty too. I actually do like it under the brow. It's just gonna look a little funky until we finish the face. It makes me excited to use this blue steel one too. I'm not gonna use it today because I have a red cheetah vest on and kind of a more neutral look. There was a little bit of fallout with the eyeshadow, but I mean, nothing too intense. I mean, I'm still blown away by these eyeshadow products. I did go ahead and curl my eyelashes, so now I'm gonna do my top lashes of the L'Oreal Air Volume Mascara. This one's kind of newer. I think it's their newest eyeshadow, actually, but I heard good things about it, so I picked this one up. I do really enjoy the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, so I thought it would probably be similar to that. So this is 2 layers of this. I like it so far. I think this formula is a bit more drier than the Lash Paradise formula, but I mean, it's not bad so far, so I'm happy with it for now. For face primer, I picked up the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I don't know why in particular I picked this one up. This is the one that caught my attention, so we're gonna try it. Being that it's meant to be a pore eraser, I feel like it's gonna be like similar to the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur primer with like a powdery feeling. I definitely feel smooth and poreless. I can see that it filled in like my larger pores in this area. So, I mean, yeah, it's similar to the Smashbox Photo Finish, the Smooth and Blur one. It's got the same feeling, same texture, everything. For foundation, I picked up the Flower Light Illusion foundation. I had heard good things about this one as well, so I was like, we'll give it a go. And I picked this up in the shade Ivory L2. I was realizing when I was wetting my sponge, I didn't pick up a new drugstore sponge, but this is a ColourPop sponge, which is still very affordable. I think it was like $5. So it went on really nicely. I think I did pretty good on the shade match. It seems very luminous, and the product was a little runny, not super runny, like it didn't drip down my hand, but it did start to move a little bit on my hand, so that seems to be pretty consistent with a luminous foundation. And I do feel pretty glowy right now. But I mean, no complaints yet, so very happy with how this is turning out so far. For concealers, I actually picked up 2. I picked up the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and then I also picked up the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. Both of these I've just heard good things about. I know that there's a hydrating concealer from e.l.f. too that people either love or dislike, and it's the same with this one, but I haven't heard anything bad about this one. I just don't know. This one might be a little too light for me. I picked this one up in Cool Ivory, and this shade is in Light Peach, which doesn't sound great either. I think I'm gonna start with e.l.f. just because this one looks extremely too light. But I mean, if this one turns out a little too peachy, I will dive into the Maybelline one. This one seems pretty light too, actually. I mean, it's blending out very nicely. I think it's a little too light for me, but that's okay. We can make do with it. This one actually creases really fast. I don't know about that. That was weird. I finished blending and then all of a sudden I had a crease, so I don't know. And then I did pick up the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I know this one's supposed to have a bit more of a glowy finish. We're gonna go with this. And then I do have all powder products, so I am gonna go ahead and set my face now. How do they expect you to peel it off if you stick the little tab under the plastic part? e.l.f. and these little tabs, a lot more powder came out of those little holes than I thought it would. So now I've got powder everywhere. Okay, let's pat out the creases one more time. And then we're just going to set like I normally do. Definitely a blurring property to it, so that's nice. I'm just gonna grab a big fluffy brush now, like I normally would. Holy cow! So much powder came out of my brush. Holy cow. Alright, let's set the rest of the face. I don't like that concealer at all. Nope, I set it and it like dragged across my cheek, so you can see there's like a really significant difference between the foundation and the part of the concealer that blurred. Oh yeah, the more I use the brush, the more brush strokes I get in it. See if I'm gonna tap it out with a sponge. Alright, so I tapped it out with the sponge to the best of my abilities. But I do not like that concealer. I don't understand, because I set it and then used another e.l.f. product. I don't know. It's not making sense to me. I used an e.l.f. concealer and then I used an e.l.f. powder, and the powder did not set the concealer. So my brush swiped the concealer and the powder away. And like, if you were standing like this close to me, like you could see it, but maybe in the camera you can't. I just know looking in the mirror here, I can see it. So for bronzers, I picked up two. They're both by Essence, but one is the Luminous bronzing and the other one is the matte. And looking at them, the Luminous one seems quite a bit darker. So I am going to start with the matte and then maybe mix in a little bit of the Luminous one as I get comfortable. So I was using the matte one, but apparently like it wasn't showing up. So I did dip into the Luminous one, which is the darker one, and I am able to see that. All right, what I will say about these, I'm just adding a touch more to the side, try to make them a bit more even. I like these, but only together, because the matte one doesn't really show up by itself. I just think it's too light for my skin. And the Luminous one is too luminous without a little bit of the matte, which I'm actually surprised that the matte will mix with it, because I couldn't see it, so I don't really know if it, honestly, I don't really know if it mixed, but I would like to think that they mixed and I like them together. They have a smell. It's like a pleasant smell. It's like half coconut, half roses. Yeah, coconut and roses is what I'm getting out of these. I have them, so I will probably use them, but I did pick up two blushes. I picked up the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Dulce Pink, and I also picked up the Primer Infused Blush Always Punchy by e.l.f. Don't think I'm having much luck with e.l.f. products besides the eyeshadows, so I might lean towards the Milani one a little bit, but let's see. This one's really shimmery, and this one's matte, but I think I want to use this one anyways. I am still finding powder all over me. My goodness. That's a very powdery blush. Very powdery, very pink, very shiny. Definitely a luminous blush. I think that's really pretty though. This is stunning. I like how luminous it is, honestly, and I like the vibrant pink portion of it as well. If I didn't have a highlighter to review, I probably wouldn't use a highlighter with this. You know how like shimmery products like highlighters can emphasize texture? Like for how luminous and glowy this blush is, it's not really emphasizing my texture, and I am liking that. This concealer is terrible. It is beyond creased, and it's set terrible too. Like it blurred where there aren't any fine lines, but okay, so just no. Maybe the hydrating one, but pretty unlikely I'm gonna pick that up. because this one is terrible. I do have a highlighter though. This is the Catrice Cosmetics Sungasm. It's for your face and body. That is very pretty. I definitely didn't need another highlighter after that blush, but that is super pretty. Very glowy, very beautiful. I'm happy with it. I like this. I think this was a good purchase. I think this was like $10. I'm totally gonna continue to use that. I am going to use my sponge and I'm just gonna try to press everything back in a little bit, mostly that concealer, but this will also pick up any extra powder. Oh my gosh, my concealer looks terrible. Before we finish up that lower lash line, I am gonna, oh no, I'm not gonna do a brow intermission because I got brow gel. This is from Flower Beauty. It is the Fiber Fix Brow Gel and I got the shade Brunette. Okay, so it is the Fiber Fix, so there are like little hair-like fibers in it. I think it's a bit too warm tone of a brown for my brows. I mean, if you're in a pinch and this is all you had, this will do nicely. I don't think the color matches mine exactly or as well as my Benefit brow or my Benefit Gimme Brow, but I like this so far. We are gonna finish up the lower lash line now. I am gonna start with our deeper brown shade to begin with. We're just gonna pop that on the outer third here. My under eyes look horrible. I'm pretty disappointed. Next, we're gonna go into the darker shimmer. And we're just gonna pretty much where we put it on the top, not quite all the way to the outer third. And then I'm just gonna flip my brush over and go into the lighter of the shimmers, and we're gonna put that in the inner corner to meet the darker shimmer. Ah, dang it. I just dug my thumb into it. And then I'm actually gonna go back into the shadow stick and the Champagne Crystal and use that as my inner corner highlight. So for lips, I did get 2 new items. Well, I mean, I got the lip balm, but because we used that earlier and I feel much more hydrated, we're gonna dive into some different products. I had picked up another Maybelline lipstick, and then I also picked up another shade in the Lifter Gloss, and I know I've used this before, so this one doesn't really count as a first impressions. I picked up the shade in the lipstick Spice for Me. This seems very fallish, like Thanksgiving brown. There's that. I don't know, we'll just see. We'll put it on. If it doesn't work, we'll take it off, right? I'm not mad at it. I don't think it exactly matches the eye look, but it's not bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the lip gloss on over it anyways. But I like this formula. It is nice and smooth and balmy-ish, but this will make it even more balmy-ish, so we're gonna go with this. I just realized I also forgot to get a drugstore setting spray, so I guess we'll just forego that part. Here is the finished look though. I actually really enjoyed quite a few of these products. There's a couple that aren't my favorite, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy. We'll just start from the beginning. I did not use an eyeshadow primer, which was my mistake because my lids have already creased. The eyeshadow has, just because I didn't do that. But this eyeshadow palette is phenomenal. I think I really told you all my thoughts about it earlier, so I won't continue to ramble on about how good this is. Same with the eyeshadow sticks. I only used the champagne one today, but I really enjoyed them, so I want to use them again. Next, we use the mascara. I'm happy with the mascara. I really like the volume and the length it gave me, and it hasn't smudged so far, so I'm happy. For primers, this isn't bad. Again, it's like the Smashbox Photo Finish one. I think if I were to pick a different, if I were to re-select all of the items to do this video, I don't think I would have picked this one. I don't know why I didn't figure out it was so similar to that one. I probably would have tried to find something a little different than what I currently have in primers, but it's fine. I like it. It's like the other one, which I use that one often as well, so I will continue to use this one. For the foundation, I'm really enjoying this. For me, my chin tends to like crumble first, and sometimes it's even by the end of my makeup being finished. And my chin has not moved. It doesn't look cakey. It's not creasing around my nose any or in my smile lines. So far I'm very happy with this. I will probably put an update on all of these products actually in the description below, so keep an eye out for that. But so far, this is good. The concealer is trash. Next, this powder, I don't know if I like it or not. I don't think I really got to experience it with setting my under eyes. Like, it definitely blurred where I don't have any fine lines, but for the powder, like looking at the rest of my face, because I used it to set my whole face, like my forehead looks really nice, and like down here, and obviously my chin looks very nice. So I don't think it's a bad powder. I just think I need to try it with a different concealer or use a different powder to set the concealer. Maybe this isn't a very good setting powder, but more like a finishing powder. For the bronzers, I actually like these and I will continue to use them. Again, like I mentioned, I like them mixed. I think if I were to use the Luminous one by itself, I think it would be way too shiny and glowy, especially today, because I used half a Luminous, half matte, a very, very luminous blush, and then I put highlighter on. The powder is a halo glow, so this is supposed to be a luminous powder as well. So very glowy today, but I do like these. I'll just keep using them for now. For this Milani blush, I love this. Again, it is very, very glowy, luminous, shimmer forward, but I love the pink. I think it's such a pretty bright pink. Very happy with this one. Same for the Sungasm highlighter from Catrice. This is beautiful. I love it. I can't wait to continue to use it. I think my last new item is my Flower Beauty Brow Fix. Like I mentioned, I don't think it's the right shade for me, but I think it's a nice gel. Like, I think if I got a different shade, maybe there's a cooler tone brown for it, I think I would use it just as often as I use my Benefit Gimme Brow. So there were a couple items I didn't get to use. I didn't use the L'Oreal Shimmery Liquid Eyeshadow, and I didn't get to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I am so regretting not using this, regardless if it was too light or not. I am so disappointed with how my under eyes look. So I definitely want to try this, and I definitely want to try this one because this is beautiful. It's like shiny, silver, purpley. Oh, and then I guess I didn't use the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush. I don't know, I was having some issues with e.l.f., so I opted for Milani on blush. But I will definitely give everything a try and keep testing them throughout the month. I will definitely have a monthly review at the end of the month, or probably the beginning of March, just so you guys can hear my final thoughts on all of these products. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I really enjoyed testing out these products. I think I found some really good keepers too. Before I go, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. It just helps me keep this channel going. If you enjoyed this and want to see more looks with drugstore products, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up or leave comments down below. Other than that, that's all I've got for you guys. I am here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.